Hi guys, welcome back. If you just see, I just did the little end grain bowl. Okay, it's just a demonstration. More show you with the hollowing with the 9mm carbide. Not a bit of tear out or nothing on it. Lovely, and that's wet wood. Which carbide on wet wood? People say no. Right, I'm going to try this piece now. Okay, I'm only doing this. This is going to be. It might fit. I'm going to see how it goes as I go through it. Whether I finish it or whether I leave it as a wet turn and then see what it dries like. Because I want to know what the big piece is going to be like before I turn it. I don't want to spoil it. Right, I've drilled that for a worm screw. And I've got my worm screw in my chuck for this one. Right, tightening up. Right, I'm tight. So I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to back it off because it is wet wood. So I'm going to back it off and I'm going to tighten it again. Nip it. That's it. That's fine. Lovely, that ain't going nowhere. Right, and then for that, I'm going to bring up a centre. I'm going to use this one, my new RGD. It's not RD. They're going to have to change their name because you know RDG tools. I can't remember. I keep saying RGD. I don't know. Right. Yeah. It's just one I bought from there, guys. I quite like it. So, but I'm going to bring that up because it's got a nice little point on it. I can stick the point in because I'm going to put a foot on there, which I should take off. I'm going to put the point in. Now I know I've got an inch in that way and I've got a point going in that way. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Right. At the moment, I know my lathe speed is set at 2,500, so I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Right, I'm putting the corners in line with the tool post, okay? I don't want to drag across there and I don't want to go straight across the front because that would just break that up. So I'm putting the, oh, that's bang on as well. Look at that. I've got that dead on set. Look, oh, that's perfect. Right, okay. Once or twice, right. So I put the corners in line with the tool post because that's where most of the, what's it's going to be. And it'll take literally 2 or 3 cuts, then I can move the tool rest in. So I'm going to turn the speed down. So, right, this, I'm going to use my new Spowl Gouges on, okay? The ultimate gouge. I have been after these tools for so long and no one would make them. And then when I went to Newark and I see, his name's John from Ashley Isles, I was only saying about it and he said, I can do that for you, I can do that. Nothing. I've emailed it, no answer. They haven't bothered. So I thought, stuff it. You know what? I'm going to just make them myself. Okay. And when you're talking about a bowl gouge blank that's you know that's costing you 125, 130 quid to think you're going to get it to shape. Well, I've done my own. So, right. I'm going to start with this one. So I've got 2 of these, which are the same. One's got a. Now this tool. This is what I've been wanting to design. I designed this and made this myself. Okay, the actual steel I had to buy as a blank. This has the cutting edge of a 3/8 bowl gouge. So a 3/8 bowl gouge, spindle gouge, whatever. So more bowl gouge. So if you look at, there's a 3/8 bowl gouge, okay. And if you look at that tip on that, they are identical size, okay. Identical cutting. Right, I've got that, but I've got the handling of a spindle gouge. It handles like a spindle gouge, but absolute perfect tool. But it's got the strength of a rhinoceros. That on this one, that is 22mm steel. Okay, that's not going to have no vibration. That's going to have nothing. This is my ultimate gouge. This is what I've wanted. This can turn anything from the biggest bowl to the smallest finial with full control. It can do everything on a bowl. Like I said, I've got another one which has got exactly the same grind, exactly the same, but this has got a 50-degree bevel. That's got 45, because 45 is no good if you want to go inside of a bowl. Okay, then I've made another one which has got a deeper U-shaped flute, which gives me just a slightly bigger radius on it. Okay, and that's that one. And then the ultimate here for when I get the really bad bowls. Okay, this actual steel shank on this is 25mm. Okay, this is just well, it's actually 26, it's 1 inch. It's actually an inch thick, this steel, okay? It's got the same cutting edge as a 3/8 bowl gouge, which we all know, if you want the best finish, it comes off of the smaller gouge, but a 3/8 bowl gouge is no good when you're doing bulky, chunky things like this, okay? Again, it's got the cutting action of a spindle gouge, but, well, it's built like a bulldozer, isn't it? Let's be fair. That's yeah. And so I've got 4 of these gouges, and there is they are nowhere else in the world. So if you want one, guys, give Ashley Isles a call and see what they'd do for you. They wouldn't do nothing for me. Right, okay, I'm going to start this up, and that's enough about my gouges. You're going to see how they act. Right, a little bit of vibration now. I'm going to see if I go through that. There, we'll start there. Bring that in. A little bit more on that. That's it. Not really turning much, that. That's it. Right, we're smooth on the top. Not really the way I want to be cutting, but that'll do for now. Right, with this tool I can actually, there's not many bowl gouges, or no bowl gouges really. You can use it to put your tenon on, but I can with this one. Like I said, it's got the cutting abilities of a spindle gouge. I can open the flute and drop the handle. I can come in here and move a lot of wood if I want. Or I can take the delicate cut. I can take it round into a push cut. With so much control, no bouncing, no nothing. Don't want to burst the end out. Right. There's a finished cut going on here. Lovely tool. What I've been waiting for so long. And in the end I had to make it myself. And I thought, what the hell, I've got these big bowl gouges, I won't use them as bowl gouges. I've used them once or twice. So you can get such a delicate cut with it as well, for a tool that size. Now, people would say, well, it's a bit overkill. The thing is, I get absolutely no vibration or anything through this tool. And no bounce. Right, this is very wet, this bit of wood. There we go. Look, very wet. Look at that wetness there. This is going to have to be like a first turn and left to dry. So, okay, we're going to go at that. Oh, it's very, very wet. I must say, it's yeah, all the wet is sticking. But for a big gouge like that, there is just so much control. But no doubt, if you, I like. Sorry, I've got a microphone. I don't need to shout. Sorry, guys, you're gonna have to let me get used to wearing a microphone. As you know, guys, from my video, I like to take pieces that are not round. I like to take pieces that are square, out of shape. That's the fun of turning for me, is doing that. Right, I've got that in my 4-inch jaws because that gives me the best stability on there. Tight, quarter, that is it. That's all it needs. No more than that. Otherwise, if we're very wet wood, I'll damage the tenon. Okay. Right, I don't need this at all. Right, and of course, being a gouge this size, I'm going to just that white. Oh, that's handy because this has got some finishing oil on it, so that'd be nice because this is wet wood that's just gone all over my gouge. There we go. Got to look after it. Look at that, how beautiful! What a beautiful. Oh. Lisa gets annoyed now, see, because I take that to bed with me. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the one with the 50-degree bevel to be able to use it as a hollower as well. And I'm going to use that because I'm showing my tools today. So, yeah, I'm really, really pleased with these. Not everyone's cup of tea, but if you do like turning out of shape wood, you know, if you like to chuckle, I don't like to have to bandsaw everything and get it all round and that. Yeah, I'm about right there. I definitely don't like to scrape across on anything. Actually, I'm a little bit high there. Look, I can see that by doing that. Right, there we go. Okay, I'll move this out of the way. I'm just going to hollow this down a bit. I'm not going to take it to its full size because, like I say, this is going to have to dry. And that big piece, I think, guys, thank you so much for it, but it is so, look at it, you can see that wet there. And I think if I do, it's going to move so much and it's not going to be good to do the fruit bowl. So I think I'm going to have to wait a little bit on that. I've got it outside, the weather's warming up. I'm probably going to paint it up so it doesn't, wax it up so it doesn't crack. Right, let's start her up. Right, we're still turning a bit slow there actually. I'm going to bring my speed up a little bit. The beauty of this gouge doesn't take any vibration. See, this can handle some really nice cuts. This tool can handle it. Tiny little bit on that bottom there. Everything's still stable. Right, I don't know how far I'm going to go with this. Well, I don't know. Lovely and smooth in there. Seems to be cutting all right. Turn the speed up a little bit more than that. Yeah, all right, I'm 1891. What a year! Just a little bit there because it's just coming off the bevel slightly because of the depth I've gone to. Oh, it's got crud on it, that's why. You go up here. Just coming off that bevel there, see? Don't know what's in that bottom now. I'm going to have a look in a minute because there's something in that bottom. Very wet and sticking to everything. Right, let's have a... Right, a little bit of a bumpy bit there. Just that transition there. It's because I've got quite a long bevel. It's just coming off the bevel there. If I shortened that down, that would handle that curve. It's just not handling that curve quite so well there. I don't really want to change the bevel because that's not what this is for. Right, that's okay. We're all good down that side. I'm going to leave that at that. Well, should I go thinner? If I go thinner, I could actually leave it and see how it finishes. I might go thinner. Right, okay. I've got to get this to its thinness before I go any further down. Lovely. Right, now we're going to come back in here. We're going to pick this cut up. I'm going to blend this in because I know I can't get round that corner with this gouge. You get to a certain point, That's where it just comes off the bevel there. Right, you can see the changing colour is where it starts going and picking up more of the end grain on that bottom bit there. Now I'm going from the dry to the wet. But you've got so much control with this chisel, it's really good. Right, that's that. I can't get that bottom bit because I've got the wrong, that bevel won't do that. Okay, and that's surely down to the fact of that being that little bit too long there. And if I went to a lesser angle, then that would be right, but I don't want to change it. I want this tool to be the way it is. It's done its job. That's brilliant. Right, so now for this bottom bit, actually I'll go for the SCH3. The SCH3 will do this bottom bit. Yeah, I'm on the right height. That chisel, this tool has no problem with cleaning that bottom up. And the best way is to put the bevel on, come back, so you maintain bevel contact. You'll feel where it wants to start the cut. Get some of that out. Right. That's all good. I've just got to take this little bit from here. So come back to it. Pick it up. If it falls off the cut, right, little bump there. If it falls off the cut, don't take it off and start again. Go backwards with it. There we go, look at that. Such control from that tool. The SCH3, guys, absolutely fantastic tool. And look at all these shavings. Right. Yeah, we've got a slight undercut there. It's all thin enough around there. Maybe a little bit more in the bottom could come out, but I've got to take the bottom off, so that'd be alright. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if it'll sand at all. I don't know because it is wet. I'll just use some of this. Got a little line there. That's off the bevel. That's where I come round. That's where the bevel goes. I'm going to take a little bit more out of this bottom. A little bit thicker than I wanted it to be. And the SCH3 is the ideal tool for that. Absolutely fantastic. Just going to come backwards, get all that dust out of there. Right, I've got rid of that line. I'm going to take another one just to get a little bit more out the bottom. That's all I want to do. So I'm going to start from the middle. Okay, this tool you just use flat. That's all you have to do. It's already done. I've done all the angle for. I've done all the hard work. And all you've got to do is maintain your pivot point. Lovely. I'll take another one. Only because I'm enjoying doing it. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you haven't used one of these chisels, and I'm not just blowing my own trumpet, because if you haven't used one of these chisels, you are missing out. I'll tell you, it is unbelievable. That tool is just, if you're into turning bowls, that tool is just absolutely fantastic. Look at all that sawdust, look. Alright, I'll get it out. Come on. Rosewood shavings. Yeah, that's got me thin enough down there now. I didn't do any sanding on the outside. I don't think it's going to sand now. Look, it's too wet. It's too much water coming out of it. So I'm going to have to leave that now. I'm going to leave that as it is. It's not going to sand. It's not going to do it any good whatsoever. It's not going to do it any good at all. I hope that could crack there. I don't know. That's not a crack, but it could. So that's a nice. I like that. I like the shape of that. I like the shape of that. But I think I'm going to leave that as a first turn. So I'm not going to over worry about getting any perfect finish. We're doing all right. It's the water. There's a lot of water in that. I can't sand it. It won't sand at all. But hopefully that will now dry without cracking, and we'll see what that does. But there you go, guys. That's you see that finishing inside. Yeah, Sycamore. You see, there's no torn grain on. I think. Okay, got some master, but that's where I've got wet and dry and everything. So very wet on this grain here. Look, really wet. So we'll see how that goes. See what we do before I do an actual. But that was I like that shape actually. I like that bowl. Yeah. So I'm going to leave the foot on it because I'm going to give that a couple of days in here and see if it starts to dry up a bit. So that should be thin enough to see if it's going to be all right. So okay, guys, and that's my Spowl Gouges. That's what I'm calling them. They're Spowl Gouges, the ultimate gouge. You see, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Right, I'll see you on the next one, guys. To the pip.
Bye, guys.